Hello, this is Dave. I've been getting a lot of messages lately regarding people who are afraid that they're going to be forced to take the vaccine to keep their job. So I've had several messages like that, and I found that I've been giving the same advice over and over again. So yeah, I thought I'd make a video just some clear it up once and for all. So first of all, a lot of people are scared by the word mandate or compulsory. Well, when you look up what the legal definition of those words is, it means voluntary. So mandate is, according to Black's Law Dictionary, a written command given by a principal to an agent, specifically a commission or contract by which one person, the mandator, requests someone, the mandatory, to perform some service gratuitously. That means for free or voluntarily. The commission becoming effective when the mandatory agrees. So it's word magic. It's words written down on paper that make you feel you have to do something. Well, do you have to do it? Well, no, you don't. A, it means voluntary, and B, it's just words on paper. You've got no obligation. As a sovereign being, you have no obligation to follow anybody's written commands. Secondly, if you've been working for a company for more than 2 years, it is almost certain that your employment contract does not stipulate that your employer can force you to undergo some medical intervention, against your consent, as a condition of your employment. So if they're trying to do that, then they are actually in breach of contract, and you can sue them for that. So it's a good idea to let them know that. So it's a good idea also to take a look at your contract of employment. And I would suggest that you go to your employer, have your copy of your contract with you, but ask your employer to see your contract. The sneaky ones will try and change that contract, and and probably forge your signature on it. In any case, your employer is unable to change that contract unilaterally, without your written consent. Yeah. So if the contract has been changed and it looks like your signature there, then they've been doing some tomfoolery, and you can just whip out your copy of the contract and say, hey, there's something wrong here because it doesn't say that on my contract. So then you've also got them for fraud. Okay, so yeah, they literally haven't got a leg to stand on. They cannot unilaterally change a contract without your written authority. Nor can they use the excuse that the government have told them they have to do this. The government aren't a party to your contract, so they can't impose anything. So that idea gets struck out as well. Also, in this country, it's been acknowledged by the police that for an employer to coerce you into taking a vaccine is blackmail. Essentially, they're using word magic and trickery to get you to do it. You don't have to. You really don't have to. You can use the word that we're not allowed to use anymore, and that is no. Just say no. Okay. Don't worry about them trying to coerce you with the threat of unemployment, because if they do that, that's breach of contract, and you can go after them, and they haven't got a leg to stand on. Well, this whole game, this whole thing, has been about psychology. It's been about using our deference to authority or perceived authority against us. So I always use the example of, if you try and take some clothes back to a shop and you haven't got the receipt, there's going to be a bod on the desk who says, sorry, no, you can't bring it back without a receipt. Now 9 out of 10 people are going to turn around and go, okay then, and go home. But that one person who stands there and says, get the manager out here, I want to see the manager, bring him out here. Manager comes out and says, you know what, I'm gonna let you do this just this once. The point is, he has to do it. It's the law, but it makes good business sense for him to put some authority figure out on the front desk to lie to people, because 9 out of 10 people are just going to accept the lie without question. And that's what we're seeing in the world today. We're seeing perceived authority giving us commands, and 9 out of 10 people are just going along blindly with these commands. And it's not just politicians issuing these edicts. It's also words on paper. These words like mandate and compulsory and stuff. It's just perceived authority. And it's about time that we stood up to perceived authority, because here's the secret. It's us who's the authority. We are the power. We give all these institutions authority. The Queen gets her authority from us. Parliament gets their authority from us. The police get their authority from us. But we've forgotten. We've let our servants start telling us what to do. It's kind of like, we've got a butler, okay, and one day our butler comes to us and says, sir, could I have the credit card so that I can refill the larder? And we say, yes, there you go. And he goes off with our credit card. But then he keeps hold of our credit card and starts buying things for himself. So I need to buy this Aston Martin so I can serve you better. And so eventually, he's now spending lots of money on himself. And one day we want some money, and it's like, well, we can't get it because he's got our credit card. And now we have to beg our butler for our credit for any money, because he's got control of our money. And then before long, the butler is now saying, well, now you're going to have to clean up the house and do the dishes, do this, do all my previous jobs. Otherwise, I'm not going to let you have any money or any food. So now our butler is now our master, and that's where we are. We've let our servants become masters because we forgot that we are the master. So get used to saying the word that we've been, it's taboo for us to say these days, and that's no. Just say no. Thanks for listening.